Welcome to Hudges Beauty's facial Convos and Chai, and today is our first episode, and we'll be chatting with Cire Kaba about her luxury modest clothing line.
Oh, when did you start your clothing line?
So I started. Okay, so it's like a long story because I didn't start off with selling what I'm selling now. I started off with selling fabric, and that was like in 2018, I believe. So yeah, because I was, Africans, everybody's always going to a party, a wedding, something, and I just got tired of just buying clothes, and because African clothes is really expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to get some fabric and make my own styles and stuff. So that's kind of like how that started. Then a lot of people were just like, oh, where do you get your fabric from? And all these different things. People really like the designs that I made. So that's how I started the brand, like TresBelle Prints. So like TresBelle is very beautiful in French. Prints is just prints, because at that time I was selling like different type of fabrics, prints, Ankara, everything. So now fast forward into 2 years. Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 years now. June 2 years ago during that Ramadan. So two Ramadans ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really had a great Ramadan, and I just didn't take off my hijab.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't something that was planned. It just happened. Like I don't even know how to explain.
So you didn't even have the intention to like wear it? Because I used to always tell myself, okay, I'm gonna wear it one day.
I just was like, oh, one day it will happen. Like probably when I'm married. I never thought like before marriage.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something where I had a date or anything. Like it just happened. I just felt it in my spirit, and that's kind of like what happened. So I just continued to wear my hijab.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, like, can I continue like the brand that I have right now, or?
Oh, so you started your brand like when you weren't wearing hijab?
Yeah, so I started selling fabrics first. Okay. So that was when I was not wearing my hijab. So obviously I was like the face of the brand, so I was making different styles. Obviously they weren't modest. So I'm like, all right, now I'm wearing a hijab. Like I can't continue to promote myself in that way if I'm not, I'm covered up now. So I was just like, okay, what can I do with my brand right now? Like, yeah, I can still like use other people, but it still felt like it would be contradicting. Yeah. And I'm like, that's just not me. So that was one of the hardest decisions I had to make.
I know, I get it, girl.
I
used to do modeling, like without a job. I used to love to show my legs, my stomach, every excuse to show my body. That was me. I was that girl.
Right, and I already had so much audience already. Yeah. I already had a targeted audience.
Oh,
and people,
wow, that's even something.
Yeah, and like people were really into the fabrics, buying the fabrics, loved the designs that that would come in, like bridal showers, like everything. Like it was just great. It was going good. So I'm like, yo, like, do I really have to like start from square one? Like what can I do for it to align with what my life is right now?
Yeah.
I like totally rebrand. I was just like, you know what? Anything I do for the sake of Allah, like I feel like will go well. And plus I wanted to be authentic too at the same time. Like I thought about like, why do I follow people? Why do I follow certain brands? Why do I buy from them? And it's honestly the person, like the story that they bring. And I was just like, you know what, this is just my life, so I'm gonna show people what I'm actually going through at the same time. So went through the whole rebrand, and it was honestly a difference for me too, because I'm also trying to I gotta change my whole wardrobe as well.
It was hard. You had to like layer.
Right. I don't know. I'm like, I never covered fully, so I don't know. I feel like I had to just come up with a new style for myself, like how to dress modestly, but also be me and fashionable at the same time. Because honestly, that's where my whole brand started, because I like getting dressed, I like dressing up, I like styling, I like designing my own stuff. So how can I be modest and also have that fashion sense at the same time? So it was difficult for me as well, because I'm just like, all right, like what would I wear? So I had to really, and plus I threw out almost everything out of my closet.
Yeah.
So starting from scratch, I'm like, all right, cool. What do I think is cute? That's how I started like getting pieces and stuff like that. And yeah, like that's honestly like how everything came to light. But it literally started from like my own journey, spiritual journey, my own experience. Yeah.
Were you hanging around like people who wear hijab? Like what was
it?
Was it that? Yeah.
Yeah, literally like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah. I'm gonna just remove the cleanser.
This is probably me for this.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I feel like your circle is really important in anything that you want to do, like career wise or whatever it is. Like your sphere of influence is like so important. So I would be with people who are like on the same level as me. And people that were higher. So like
my dad always told me that you gotta always hang out with someone the same level or better than you.
Right.
He always told me that.
Yeah, because like those people could teach me, and then also the people who are on the same level as me, we have the same goal. Yeah. Like, you know, so and that was like a big part of me deciding to wear my hijab because like me and one of my friends that are, you know, we're still cool now. We wore our hijab together. We were at the same time. We just text each other. We was like, listen, man, we just not gonna take it off. And till now, 2 years later, almost 2 years, we still didn't take it off.
That's
so,
did you guys have any like friends that didn't wear hijab?
Yeah, even some of my closest friends don't wear hijab.
Did the like relationship like change or?
A lot of people. The funny thing is, a lot of people told me that like, you know, because they started to wear hijab, they lost a lot of friends and stuff.
Do you have mostly Muslim friends, African friends?
Yeah, I have mostly.
I
have mostly African Muslim friends. But honestly, I just was transparent with my friends. Like, obviously, I can't do certain things with you guys anymore, or what I was doing before. But this is kind of like my lifestyle right now, and they honestly respected it. Like they know, like, okay, cool. If I want to go
at first, I feel like in my experience, at first, like some of the friends that are non-Muslim or even Muslim, it just depends what stage you're at. Like certain things you probably did, they kind of take a while to like understand. You have to like learn how to say no, and then they eventually get it.
Yeah,
like, I used to go clubbing, and my friend used to ask me, "Do you want to go?" Like probably like the 5th time she got the point. Yeah. And now she like alter like how we like hang out. You know.
I mean, I think I was just very blunt and open with my friends from the beginning. Like, hey, like even my non-Muslim friends, especially, like, yeah, this is what I don't do anymore, and yeah, because of this, that, like, I just broke it down to them because obviously you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. I mean, they understood. They respected it. Like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't. And I was scared at first because I'm like, damn, what are my friends going to think? But they were just, like, very interested about Islam. Like, when I actually made that transition. It was kind of weird sometimes because I know in the summertime I went bowling with my friends from high school. We had, like, a little high school reunion. It was kind of weird.
I'm going to cover your eyes. I'm going to put an enzyme mask on you. It's going to tingle a little bit and it's going to be cold. It's going to basically exfoliate your dead skin and brighten your skin up.
Ooh, okay. It's kind of weird a little bit because you're like, oh yeah, I know you don't, you don't. Like, so I feel like sometimes people, like, I don't know. I guess because they just don't know, they make it seem like, yeah, can we do this around you? Like,
yeah, so like live your life. I just don't. It's so annoying.
That's why I feel
and this is why I need to like create hijab beauty, like a safe space, because like even in my job, it's just a mess. Like it's just a mess. It's like I'm human, just like you.
I was just like, girl, calm down. That's why sometimes people just remove themselves from those type of situations. Yeah. Period. Because you know it can be. Not that anybody ever peer pressure me or anything like that, but people sometimes just act weird because they just don't know. It's honestly, they don't really mean to be, but I was just like,
What are some questions that you heard like since you started wearing hijab, like the dumbest questions or like weirdest questions?
Like when I first wore my hijab and where I work, because I also have a 9-to-5. Where I work is predominantly Caucasian people. Like it's like 3 black people in the office, including me.
So is it tingling?
No.
No? Okay, so you can handle this.
When I first wore my job, they were just like, oh, do you like keep it on like forever? Like you don't ever take it off? I'm like, oh no, when I'm home I can take it off and stuff like that. That was one thing. And I remember when I first wore my hijab too, this is like I told you, this was June 2 Ramadans ago. I was going to get food. And some random guy in the street was like, why do you got that thing on your head? You know, like it's mad hot outside. I was like, excuse me? Like I was so mad. Like what? And somebody had to tell him like that's part of her religion, blah blah blah.
Oh, he said it in front of a whole bunch of people too?
Yeah, it was like he was outside, like sitting in the stoop with other people, and he was like, "Why you got that thing on your head? It's mad hot outside." I literally stopped. I was like, "Excuse me." Now it's tingling.
Yeah, it's tingling now.
Yeah.
Okay, can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm staying in your skin for like about 5 minutes.
So that's fine. It smells good too.
Yeah, it's a blueberry enzyme.
I was like, "Excuse me," and she was like, "Oh, it's part of her religion." He was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." Blah blah.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay, better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have that much of crazy
stories.
But people do ask like, oh, do you keep it on forever? I never got like, do you take a shower with it? I never got that.
I was just about to say that. I literally got that
really
last week for the first time.
Are you serious?
Yes, I
I
always hear it online. People say that, but that was the first time someone asked me that question.
I think I would literally look at somebody like, what?
And I had to explain to him, no, we take a bath just like everyone else. Like it was just a mess.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I got like during Ramadan, like, dude, can you even water like every single time?
Yeah.
But yeah, I never got like weird questions from my hijab.
Yeah.
I actually started to think like people, I don't know why, I just figure like, you know, wearing a hijab, people will just take you more seriously as well. Like in terms of, like guys,
yes,
like guys won't just come up to you and talk to you. They're really like, like you probably could say no. That wasn't the case for me.
Yeah.
People still try to talk to me. I'm like, yo, you see a whole hijab on my head, bro.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it still happens.
So do you use the enzyme after you cleanse?
Yes, that's an exfoliation mask.
Oh, okay, exfoliation. Okay, cool.
Oh, so what's your skincare routine like?
So I actually just started getting on that.
Oh, what were you doing before?
Literally, you don't even want to know.
Oh no.
Just washing my face and like that's it.
Well,
like
water or like a cleanser?
I will use sometimes. Yeah, I will use a cleanser.
A cleanser. Okay.
So yeah, right now I cleanse. I do exfoliate like 3 times a week.
What kind of way you exfoliate?
Like what you mean?
Like,
so I cleanse then exfoliate.
It's different types of exfoliation. They have like chemical exfoliant, physical.
So the exfoliant that I have is like a cleanser and exfoliator.
Okay.
It's like a 2-in-1.
Oh, 2-in-1.
But I still kind of cleanse before. So I cleanse, then I exfoliate. Then after that, I use like a rag and I like damp my face. Then I use a toner. Please let me know if I'm doing anything wrong.
No, so far the order is good.
Okay, so I use a toner. Then I use my eye cream because I do get wrinkles under my eyes, and I'm like, I'm too young for this.
Yeah.
I just also have dark circles, so I'm actually trying to find something that's gonna help me with that because that's like my biggest concern right now. Okay. So I tone. And then I use my eye cream, like I said, and then after my eye cream, I use, what do I use? I use a serum.
Is it a hydrating serum?
Yes, it's a hydrating serum because I have dry skin. So I use a serum, and then after my serum, I use like, it's not a moisturizer. It's like something that's supposed to help with like smooth skin. I can't remember the exact name. So after my serum, I use that. Then I moisturize, and then I use oil. It sounds like a lot.
I mean, is that like your morning and nighttime routine, or like you switch it up?
Yeah, I basically do that for but I've been doing this for like a month now, like morning and night. Okay,
so I noticed you told me. I remember you told me your hyperpigmentation is a skin concern. Do you use sunscreen?
That's one thing.
Okay, that's based on everything you tell me. If you're doing okay, the only thing I would say is just add a sunscreen. Cause sunscreen.
Like when? Like
the last step of your routine in the daytime.
So after the oil, wear sunscreen.
After the oil, yeah, you can wear sunscreen.
Okay.
Or you can like put a little bit of oil, mix it with the sunscreen.
Okay.
So you wear sunscreen right now.
Okay. And you said after oil,
you can use the sunscreen in the daytime, or you could just use oil in the night, depending what you like. Some people like less.
I like to feel the oil though.
What kind of oils do you use?
So this one that I use, so sometimes I use vitamin C, or I'll use the one I'm using right now is it's by a brand called Moon Cosmetics. I don't know if you.
Oh, everyone keeps mentioning that. That and Urban RX. every time people come here, they say Urban RX.
Or Moon Cosmetics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they have like this rose galore oil. It's really good. So that's what I use.
So it's like a mixture of different oils?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly. Yeah, but it's definitely a mixture.
Yeah, I would definitely just say just add sunscreen to your routine, because like if you're doing all those stuff like exfoliation, when you exfoliate you get new skin to the surface, and they're really sensitive, so you want to protect your skin from the sun.
Okay.
Because it's very like sensitized.
Okay.
Because it can make your dark spots like darker or stay at the same like state that it's in.
If you don't use sunscreen.
Yeah.
Steam, but I don't know. I don't steam that much.
How often do you steam?
Since I got that steamer, I probably did it 3 times. I'm not gonna lie, and I got it like 4 months ago.
4 months ago?
Yeah. How often are you supposed to steam?
You could steam like every other week, I would say.
Every other week.
Because you don't want to dehydrate your skin.
So like once every other week?
Yeah, you could do it like every other week, or the days you exfoliate. Like if you exfoliate, like if you put like an enzyme mask, like what I put on your skin just now, you can use it then. So you don't have to do it every day.
Okay, because I usually exfoliate like 3 times a week. So would I use it 3 times a week or just once?
I think once, because you don't want to dehydrate your skin. Because like when you like get out of the shower, for example, like your skin evaporates. So that's why you're supposed to, when you put oil on your skin's supposed to be kind of damp, because you want to lock in moisture. You want to lock in the water.
But being that oil is the last thing I use, damp as in like maybe like the moisturizer that you
you can do that.
Oh, okay.
Because the moisturizers tend to have like water in it, so you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be water. It could be a toner or a moisturizer that's water based.
Okay, cool. And what are you using now?
I'm using the hyaluronic acid serum. This is actually from my job. They like gifted it to me, so I'm using that. Like I've been using it on my skin and I really like it. So hyaluronic acid helps with hydration, like it traps in the moisture.
Okay, good. Okay, so once every other week. Definitely do that.
So like, where do you want your brand to go?
Honestly,
it's TresBelle. How you pronounce it?
TresBelle.
Okay, I knew I was gonna say Tres. Okay.
TresBelle Prints. It's funny. I get a lot of different pronunciations.
I don't know. My French been trash lately. Where you from again, by the way?
I'm from Guinea.
Guinea. Oh, exactly. My mom's from Guinea. My dad's from Senegal. Yes, I'm just terrible.
Oh my god. I like took French a whole year and even went to French. No.
Oh, you don't at all?
You know, our language is like mixed with a little bit of French. That's about it. Like, I took a whole year of French, went to France, and still don't know nothing.
Oh wow! No, I actually do know it, but it's like when they talk to me, I talk back in English.
Oh, so you understand?
Yes, I understand. But it's like I only understand Africans. Like
no, yeah, because it's like it's the improper French, the slang.
Yeah. But it's just the best. Like I don't know. Like I definitely can learn it better, but it's just been like in the back burner.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely see my brand just being global, everywhere, and it's funny because recently I've been getting a lot of international orders.
Oh wow.
So and that's just basically where I see myself. Because obviously there's a lot of modest clothing brands out there, which I love, but I feel like for me specifically, my brand, I like to keep up to date with, you know, trendy styles, but also making it modest at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely see it being, you know, global.
Do you just want to do like clothes, or do you feel like you want to branch off to other things?
So definitely want to branch off to other things. I don't see myself just only doing one thing, but I definitely want to get TresBelle Prints to a place where I can step back and have other people, you know, have, you know, play a part in having it run. Because right now it's just a one-woman business at the time.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask you more about that. So it's just a one-woman show right now. How's like your support system? Is it like good? Is it weak?
No, definitely great. Like
I'm gonna put a hydrating mask on you. It's gonna be really cool.
Yes. Ooh. My family are amazing. They support my brand 100%. My brother and sister actually do the post office runs for me. And sometimes help me package orders, because sometimes it can get very overwhelming, especially during like Ramadan time, getting ready for Eid. It can be very hectic, but I feel like definitely have a really good support system. My friends are very supportive as well. Yeah, it's just working harder to get it to a place where, you know, I can have employees and things like that.
Do you want to open up like a store, or do you want to keep it online? My
dad always tells me that I should open up a store. Like, I'm still thinking about it because honestly, with the economy and the industrial age business is not really doing too well. Like, a lot of places are shutting down, going bankrupt, especially with COVID nowadays. Like, you don't know. I feel like this, you know, COVID experience has showed a lot of entrepreneurs a different aspect of just business in general. So, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
But you're not sure.
Yeah, not 100% sure yet.
Yeah. So, like, have you met, like, a lot of people online, like, with collaborations? Like, how is your, like...
Yes.
Do you have, like, a community?
So, yeah, I have met a few people who've reached out to me. Not necessarily in the... that are also doing modest clothing, but, like, hijab brands, and, there's one hijab brand headed somewhere. I'm not sure if you
yeah, I know her. I modeled for her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't see me in there. Like,
she said you don't see me in there.
No, I modeled her a few times, like 2 times.
She has a lot of photo shoots, so I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what I kind of stopped. I just stopped. I don't know. I kind of want to get back in the game.
Yeah, you should.
But, like, I don't know. Like,
that was so funny. You didn't see me.
No, but yeah, it's been probably like 2 years ago.
Oh, no, I just recently. Not recently. I met her probably like when I first started my brand, so it was like a year ago. But she's awesome. She's so amazing. I collaborated with her on a couple of like giveaways, but she has helped me, give me a lot of pointers in terms of just like, you know, our audience and things like that, because I would say we have probably a similar audience, being a Muslim owned brand. But I definitely do want to continue to have collaborations in the future. I've had a little bit of partnerships with like influencers and things like that, but definitely looking forward to that for the future. But yeah, it's always good to be, you know, within the community and coming together with other brands as well that kind of have like the same goal and same vision as well. So,
what were you doing like before you started your brand? Like, how was your like life, your mentality?
So I was actually on my way to medical school. So it's actually a funny story.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I had just graduated. I was a bio major. I was actually already accepted into medical school, but I just wanted to take a year off because I felt like, all right, these 4 years literally drained me. And I just wanted to actually work in the hospital first. So I worked as a scribe, which is basically like an assistant to the doctors. And the first couple of months was cool. And then after that, it just started to get really like repetitive. I was like, do I really see myself doing this?
Yeah.
And as a female, obviously, I have a lot of siblings, 14 siblings. Like
they're all here or back home?
It's probably like 3 back home.
Oh my God! Do you guys all live in the same house or they're grown?
No. Like I have a lot of older siblings, so they're married and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So I always knew that I was a very family oriented person, and you know, being in the doctor field is kind of like you on call all the time. Like you don't. It's not really like you don't really get holidays, birthdays, any of those things. So
do you feel like you had a passion for the medical field, or was it just trying to please the African parents?
I feel like a little bit of pleasing the African appearance because that's what they always told me growing up. Like, oh, you should be doctor, you should be a doctor. And I was like, fine, I'll just study it. But then as I really started to get into it, I'm like, I really do want to help people. But now it's just more so like, I still want to help people, of course, but I don't have to be a doctor to do that. You know, I can still open up, because one of my goals was like open up clinics back home.
Yeah.
Because you already know it's horrible back there.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have to be a doctor to do that, you know. So that's just honestly one of my plans. I was honestly passionate about it, but I just felt like I would really have to sacrifice a lot to be a doctor. Like, would I be even be able to have the kid be there for my kids and things like that? Because I'm like calculating when I would graduate and be a doctor is like in your 30s, and it was a lot. Yeah.
So, like, do you plan on doing any, like, in-person events?
I really want... COVID messed up all my plans because I really wanted to do, like, a female brunch, like a women's brunch during the summertime. And she always...
I don't know. Yes, the Bronx.
And I'm like...
the Bronx. You guys are...
Stop. The air is even different in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the Bronx. The Bronx is different. That four line.
I haven't even been on the train since COVID.
Oh, you took the Uber?
No, I drove here.
Oh, you drive? Oh, okay. I was thinking you were taking the train. Oh, how was parking easy?
Thank God I found parking right across the street. But yeah.
But yeah, we always talk about the Bronx.
I know.
Brooklyn people.
She's like, oh my God, like making faces.
I think y'all crazy. I'm sorry.
Brooklyn is crazy. What you mean?
No, the Bronx, and y'all have a lot of hills. Like a lot of slopes. I don't know if it's Harlem or the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I go over there, I feel like I'm hiking.
Not hiking. The 4 line is different though.
Yeah. No, every time I'm in the 4 line, I'm just like in the corner for protection.
No, but Brooklyn, I remember I got off one train station to meet up my friend. I don't even remember what train station. I literally told her, I was like, don't ever bring me to a place like that ever again in your life. Like,
if I was Brownsville.
I think so. Honestly, it was like mad people standing outside. It looked crazy. I thought I was in a movie. I'm like, how you gonna leave a small girl? And it was nighttime. It was like 8 p.m. I'm like, you really want me to get kidnapped in Brooklyn? No.
Oh, tell me about the brunch. We could start over.
Oh yeah, so I really, really, really wanted to do. I had this whole plan of doing a women's brunch. In the summertime, with other, just have like a panel with other female entrepreneurs as well. But COVID came and kind of messed that up.
Are you gonna do it this year? I think you should definitely do it this year, like maybe during Ramadan or something like that.
Definitely planning. I'm not sure about during Ramadan, because during Ramadan I really do like to be focused.
Yes.
But maybe I'll plan it for the summertime.
The summer.
Yeah, because I thought about it for so long. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this. And yeah.
So you say you want like a panel of people?
Yeah, with like female entrepreneurs. And yeah, just, I feel like specifically for Muslim women though.
I don't know. That's like all I'm like focused on.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I've just been going through too much stuff. I'm over it.
Yeah, I think the reason being is because I am a Muslim woman in business and going through, it's so much. First of all, being a woman in business is one thing, but being a Muslim woman in business is like a whole nother. So just, having that and highlighting so many different aspects and, being the encouragement for other people who want to start off a business as well. So yeah, I had this whole shebang idea. Definitely will think about it for this summer though. Yeah.
I've always tried to do an event and cancel it.
Oh my God. It's hard. It is hard. Easy. And sometimes I really feel like I would be so
easy at all.
weirded out. Like, all right, I can't do this. But I definitely,
You just gotta find someone who, are you a talkative person or are you kind of on the shy side?
Yeah, when I don't really know people like that, I am.
So you probably need to find like a friend or somebody you know that can be like a good like hostess.
Yeah.
Because you can still do things even though like you may not have that strength. You can still find a way to like get your message across.
Yeah, that is actually true. Yeah.
Everyone has like that loud friend.
Yeah, my best friend is definitely that loud friend.
Yeah.
Definitely. But inshallah, we'll see.
Did you want it to be like in a restaurant or like an outdoor thing?
I was thinking of like more like a space, like maybe like a peer space somewhere where you could actually have an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, where people could just come in, like a good, nice size space. Have it kind of be like also like a little pop-up shop a little bit as well. Like people could actually come and see the pieces in person, because I know that's one thing people do ask a lot. Like, do you have a store? Can you come in and try it in person?
How often people ask you that?
I do get it a lot because people don't like buying things and they don't know like how it's gonna look on them or the size. Yeah, so even though I do have size charts listed, people do like to try it on.
No, the size charts, I never feel like because I'm really bad at math, so I never feel like.
Honestly, I never look at size chart either. And like when I buy things, another thing too is like when I buy stuff, if it doesn't, I never return things or exchange because that just feels like it takes so much time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, if it don't fit, then it's like, all right, it don't fit.
Yeah.
But obviously not everybody's like that.
What is like the most I guess common question you get asked like online, like in your DMs, besides that?
So common question. So one of my pieces, it's a bodysuit and a skirt, and a lot of people think it's a dress. So I get that question all the time, like, oh, is it a dress? Or I'm trying to look it online, but I see two different things. I'm like, yeah, it's a two-piece.
Oh, you're talking about that the orange one?
Yeah, it's a
two-piece. I love it. It's really dress. Yeah, I thought it was a dress too, but it's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that color.
That's actually restocking.
Oh, good. Because I think I want to get it. Because I hate my wardrobe. Like, it's terrible.
It's terrible. Honestly, little by little.
But I really like it. It's really nice.
Thank you. But yeah, I think that's one of the common questions that I have.
Oh, okay. So like how is it like stressful making a decision on like what like color or fabric to choose?
God, like I get anxiety sometimes because when I first started TresBelle Prints, I was basically selling from a vendor. So basically what that means is a vendor already has pieces made. So it's kind of like wholesale kind of. They already have pieces made. You just buy it from them.
But you sketch it, right? I could tell you sketch your stuff, right?
So
I can tell. You can definitely tell, like, someone created it from their head.
Right. So that's what I was doing first. Yes. But then I'm like, all right, these are cute and all, but it's not giving me. Like, I just wanted more drama, more glam. Like, I'm like, this is just not me. And what I want, I do not see in stores.
Yes.
So that's when I shifted over to the manufacturer side, where that basically means, like you said, sketch. So whatever ideas that I have, how I want the top, the bottom, the sleeve, like it's very detailed, like everything to the T.
And do you have to be a good drawer?
So I don't draw at all.
So I just show someone, you just explain it and someone
I explain it, show inspirations, like, okay, I want the sleeve to look like this, I want the neck to look like this. Because I don't draw at all. Yeah. I just kind of find pictures of what I'm actually talking about.
Yeah, because a lot of people hold themselves back from things like that.
You definitely do not
good
have
at
to
math.
draw.
I'm not like good at drawing, so I can't do it.
Yeah, you definitely do not have to.
You just have to have a mind.
Yeah.
And like an imagination.
Just a mind and something maybe that you can see that's similar online. You just take that piece. But yeah, so that is in itself going through manufacturers is a whole different ball game in itself, because with vendors you don't really have a minimum that you can buy. You can buy like 2 pieces, you can buy 3, 10, 20, whatever. But with manufacturers, they're like, no, we're making your design from scratch. You need to have a minimum of like 100 pieces in one style, in one color.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
you can't get a minimum order. You have to get More.
Like, you can't just buy, like, oh, make this for me, like, make only 3 of them. Like, no,
Okay.
you have to do, like, 50, 100. So that in itself is a lot of money. Yeah. Like, we're speaking, like, okay, before, I probably spent, like, a couple of $100s with vendors. But now with manufacturers, you're spending thousands. So that was in itself was kind of like, all right, do I want to do this? Because obviously that will reflect in the price. Are people willing to spend this amount of money?
Yeah.
So that was also in the decision too. And I started selling manufactured pieces in October of 2020. So yeah, it gets very overwhelming because it's one thing to have a design in your head, but then to be like, okay, what fabric? And there's thousands of fabrics, different type of fabrics. There's satin, there's cotton, there's so many different types of fabrics. And then when you pick a fabric, now you have to pick a color. Do you know how many colors in this world? Like, I'm just like, all right, I'm overwhelmed because I don't know what color I want. I don't know what color would look good in. I don't know what pattern. So it takes time. But that's just sometimes I just ask my friends, like, hey guys, these are like my top.
Also, like, you have a focus group kind of.
Yeah, like one of my friends, she also models for me too. I like run it by her. I'm like, what you think about this? She's like, oh, that's fine. It'll be fine in this color too. So, because sometimes I get so tired that I just think everything is ugly. But yeah, it definitely takes time. And you know, one thing my manufacturer does is whatever idea I give to them, they'll do a sample for me and send it to me. I try it on. Then if I like it, then it's produced.
Okay. So are you going to have like when are you gonna have like the next collection? When should we expect that?
So,
and like, what's your inspiration?
Yeah. So I'm kind of deciding because I wanted to do a spring collection, but then I'm like, okay, Ramadan is also in this spring. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna restock on, you know, our bestseller, the satin 2-piece, the orange one, because that one really sold out. That was the first one to sell out.
Yeah, bring back the orange dress / like skirt.
Like,
I like it.
Skirt.
I really like it.
I'm bringing that back out at the end of this month. But what we also gonna do is have a Ramadan collection. So things that you can wear. Hopefully, you know, mosques and stuff is still open as of right now. It should be. But yeah, spicing up your wardrobe, having nice outfits. I'm tired of stealing my mom prayer clothes and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like a lot. I don't know. I thought that was just me. Like, a lot of like newer hijabis don't have prayer clothes. We just focus on like the outside clothes.
Yeah, literally.
Because I just be grabbing random like things to pray. It's just be a mess.
Right. So having just like comfortable prayer outfits, nice outfits that you can wear for Juma and stuff. So that's what's supposed to come, and we might have some like men's robes.
Oh,
maybe.
okay. Yes, my
husband.
My husband needs one. He literally grabs a towel to pray like every day, because we just moved here, so it's just a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've only been focused on women clothing, but we might do robes. Don't hold me on to that, but yeah. So I'm excited.
Okay, so like, what is like the last things you would want to tell like your audience?
I would definitely say, like, whatever you feel in your heart, whatever vision you have for yourself, just do it. Honestly, because I felt like I had to be perfect and everything. I'm just like, I overthink everything. Like, I'm just like, okay, people gonna like this, people gonna do this, and the reality is you wouldn't know until you do it. Like, that's all what it comes down to. Like, you wouldn't know what is gonna hit, what is gonna miss until you really do it. And just following your dreams. Like, don't put off things for like, okay, I'm gonna just start it next year. Like, no, just do it. Like, things are not gonna go perfect. You have so much ups and downs in business, but there's also good that comes with the bad, and you start to just learn for the future. And yeah, because I know I held off putting out what I wanted to put out because of fear. And you know, your idea is just an idea. There's somebody else who's going to take your idea and bring it to life.
Yep.
So why are you waiting if somebody else is gonna do it anyway? And I really dislike when people say, but like, there's so many other people doing this.
Oh yes, I feel like a lot of people of color tend to say stuff like that, especially like the Black community.
But it's like,
they tend to say stuff like that all the time. There's a lot of Chinese restaurants, there's a lot of deli stores. I feel like,
how many delis are there? How many toothpaste companies? How many different bread companies? Like, when you go to the supermarket, how many different bread brands are there? Like, did those other brands say, like, we're not gonna do bread because, like, no, there's everyone doing everything. But it's all about how do you stand out. And that's also why I feel like when you do something because you're passionate about it and it's, your authentic self is not just a flaunt to other people, it's like really something that you're passionate about, like, people will feel you.
They will.
Because people just be reaching out to me saying things and I'm just like, wow, like, my little old brand. Like, for real, me?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just bringing out to you guys the things that I like, but you never know, like, who's gonna just gravitate to you, your business, and just be an inspiration in general.
Yeah, it's good. All right, bye.
Yay.